right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. It seems like the topic of the day, as driven by the media, is will they prosecute these CIA agents who practice the enhanced interrogation? Will they prosecute those who signed off? What about Bush and Cheney? Will they prosecute them? This is outrageous talk, and it's dangerous talk, and we're going to concentrate on that and more. But Michele Bachmann, she said goodbye to the House, on the floor of the House yesterday. Watch.
Privilege for me now, Mr. Speaker, also to be in this well, to deliver what is my last speech on this floor. It has been the privilege and the honor of a lifetime for me to serve as a member of the United States Congress.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the one and only Congresswoman Michele Bachmann speaking on the floor of the House yesterday. Of course, this is the end. She decided not to seek re-election, and we are joined right now, I'm happy to say, by the Congresswoman. Hello, Congresswoman.
Hello, Steve. It's great to be on with you today. And those words were delivered last night on the House floor. It was my last speech that I'll ever give on the House floor. It was a privilege to be able to be there. I took every opportunity that I had to speak in that body. It's a rare privilege to be able to speak there, and it was really an honor to be able to speak there last night as well. My family was in the gallery when I gave the last speech, as well as my staff, and so it was a lot of fun to be able to do that.
You said ever. I mean, does that preclude ever returning?
No, not at all. I have been here and I have worked solid for 8 years, and I'm looking forward to just a little bit of change of pace. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting a little rest. I threw the dice and I threw myself completely into this job. I've worked virtually nonstop from the time my feet hit the floor in the morning until I go to bed at night. There hasn't been a lot of discretionary time, so I look forward to regrouping and getting a little rest, and who knows what the future might bring. But one thing I want to do is weigh in heavily on the 2016 races. I occupy a very unique space. I'm the only Republican woman in history who has been on the presidential stage and participated in presidential debates. I was in 15 of them, and presumably there will be a woman on the Democrat ticket in 2016. So I want to weigh in with a female perspective on 2016, because this will be an enormously consequential election to determine who our next president will be and what our future direction will be as a country, because as you know, the president has tremendous power, particularly when it comes to our national security and foreign policy. And having served in the Intelligence Committee dealing with the nation's classified secrets and terrorism, I'm highly invested in that arena. So I want to be involved in the 2016 race.
All right, so just a couple things. So you may one day run for Congress again, right? Or maybe the Senate or something down the road? You're not ruling that out?
No, I'm not ruling that out at all.
And what about
as of today, I have no plan.
Right, but what about president? You know, it makes it sound like you're not interested in seeking the nomination in 2016, are you?
No, at this point, I'm not putting together a committee, but I will be involved in one way or another in 2016, whether it is assisting another candidate to be our next nominee or in whatever capacity, but I will be involved in
All right,
that.
well, I got to ask you, because you left it wide open, and I'd be remiss if I didn't. Is it still possible that you might decide to run for the Republican nomination for 2016?
I think it's highly unlikely. It takes a long time to put your team together. Could it happen? Sure, it could happen, but at this point, I don't foresee that.
Okay. When you say involved, so say you don't run, how do you view yourself? In what capacity weighing in and making a difference, especially, I guess, to counter, say Hillary's on the ticket? I mean, to speak out against her, to point out to women, to go around and speak to women and say she's not the woman for the job? I mean, in what capacity would you do that, do you see yourself in the future?
I'll be speaking across the country nationally. I'll be writing. I'll be weighing in. Probably I'll be in the media as well, speaking on radio and on TV and print media. Because I was privileged to be on the front lines during Benghazi, during Mrs. Clinton's years being the architect of the president's foreign policy fiascos, and also to remind people that Mrs. Clinton is the godmother of Obamacare. She was the original author of Hillary Care, which was even more government mandated heavy than even Obamacare. So I'll be talking about her background and her policy prescriptions and how she would fulfill a third and fourth term of Barack Obama if people choose to make her the next president of the United States.
Do you have a favorite from the Republican side right now that you would support if you don't run?
I have a lot of favorites. We're going to have a terrific candidate. We have a lot of well-qualified individuals. By my count, a minimum of 16 are looking to seek the nomination, which I think is very healthy. It forces all of the other candidates to be on their best footing. So we will have a great candidate, and I look forward to assisting that person to become our next president.
All right, stay where you are. We're going to come back. I want to get to some specifics about the what we've seen happening over the past couple of days with the release of that report, and talk to more issues with Michele Bachmann. Don't go away.